Okay, this is the overflow valve. Always make sure the water level is just there. It should never be much lower than that. Otherwise, this skimmer flap won't open and the water won't go into the pump, and then you'll damage the pump because it will be running dry. So make sure the water level is always there. When it rains heavily, just open this valve a little bit so that it's an overflow, so that any overflow can go. And if you want, you can always take some out with buckets if it's really heavy. But in the summer, keep this closed, because then you can fill up the water a bit higher, so you don't have to keep filling it in. That skimmer box again, and the leaf basket is in there. You just twist, take this out, empty it out, and then put it back in. Twist it into place. The leaves that get sucked into the pump, that don't get stuck in that first filter we just showed you, they come into here. So we'll clean this as well. Cleaning these, be careful because they're plastic and they're brittle, so don't smack them against anything because you'll just crack them and you'll have to get a new one. So it's best to clean it with a hose. Now this one will go in, can you see that hole? It will go in facing this pipe this way. So what I do before I close that back up, I fill this with the pool water and then I pour some in first. And then not too tight because it really gets hard to open, but tight enough so it doesn't leak. You check, you put the pump on. That should fill up with water. It shouldn't take too long, so just note, it should take only a few seconds. It should be all the way to the top and there should be no air bubbles. If there are air bubbles after about 5-10 minutes, that means there's some air getting in somewhere or it's not tight enough. Right, these have got the plates in that convert the salts to chlorine. So, and then that's a dosage system there that pumps the chlorine and the HCl, the acid. That's a filter. You know that already. And this is the light switch for the pool light. So do you see the water's come all the way to the top? Soon those air bubbles will fade and it will just be all the way to the top. Now that water is all the way to the top now. When you put the cleaner in, the Zodiac cleaner, then that will only be half full, and that's okay because then the water's coming through the pipe. I'll show you. So remember, switch off the pump first. Switch off from the mains because I'm going to put the cleaner in. So put the pipe through the flap, the skimmer flap. Can you see the Zodiac's in the water already? I've already assembled that. And then we use this device. I've put this on here and it's this way. This will attach onto that. And this goes on top of the leaf basket because when the cleaner sucks in all the leaves, we don't want them to go into the pump, we want them in the leaf basket. So that stays in there. So you put this in. It's a bit fiddly. There you go. And then face that to the front and join this up properly. You know, above this, if there isn't, you need to fill the pool because otherwise you get air going through. So that's a good level. Do not leave that in there for more than 2 days because after 2 days of cleaning, that plate gets stuck and it's really hard to twist it out. And last thing you want to do is crack this when you're trying to twist that out. That'll be a major repair job. Yeah. Right, then switch it on from the main. Give it a few minutes for it to calibrate itself or whatever it does. Right, then press on just to run the pump. Now, can you see? And do you see the water's coming in through like that? Because obviously it's not coming in at full pressure because the water's coming through that small hose. That's okay. When you've got the pump in, the cleaner in, I mean, that doesn't need to be to the top. So remember, you can leave that in 2 days. So when your pump goes on automatically in the morning and afternoon, what times you've set, it will clean the pool at the same time. And then take it out after 2 days and keep it straight. I'll show you how to disassemble them. Okay, right, we've had these in for a while. We take out the hose, twist the bottom half, otherwise it doesn't come. Okay. Very important you keep this covered. Never put your hands in there while the pump is running. Always switch off the pump when you're cleaning or maintaining, doing anything. These come apart like that. Now, these also have a memory, so I was told. So put them flat and in a shady place until you use them next time. That's the cleaner. When you set the cleaner, always make sure this, can you see it's cupped, it's facing that way. And take the last part off and just store it as it is. So remember, that's the part that goes there, and then you connect it onto the pump as I shown you.